Hey folks, Kevin here with Fabrk AI, and I'm going to show you today how I'm using the GitHub agent to help me develop the Trello agent. So I'm going to jump right in here. This is Fabrk AI, and I also have my server code here open. So I'm going to kind of jump right in and just talk through what I'm doing as I go. So I have a GitHub agent here, and I'm just going to ask it a question because it has access to issues and other tools here. So we're just going to start. Hi, can you get me the GitHub issues in the server repo? So you could see here that you can record audio, and then it's actually going to return some audio for me here. And getting the GitHub issues, here we go. So we have all the issues. It's going to list them out here. It also is going to record or transcribe audio using the OpenAI's audio speech to audio API. It does take a second, so it's going to pop up here. You're going to see that. But anyway, these are the issues here. Let's see here. Create a tool. Let's see. And I think it's going to autoplay.
Here are the current open GitHub issues in the Fabrk server repository.
Okay, I didn't autoplay. That's good. Actually, I don't want it to autoplay because it'll just autoplay over what I'm trying to say. Anyway, add a method to get action, agent scraping tool, create Reddit agent, update tool, create an updating tool for deleting issues. That's a good one. Sync agent context with UI updates. That one's like a bug. And then create tool to get files in a directory. That one's actually, I think that one's done. So anyway, what I'm trying to do is I want to create another issue to kind of flesh out the Trello agent that I built in the last video. So there's a series of basically building the first kind of creating a card kind of hello world for an agent for the Trello agent. And so I want to really flesh that out because I want to use Trello for kind of my like task management and actually have the AI go and look at it and do tasks, and then I can mark them as complete, that sort of thing, in progress. And so just like a UI interface for myself and the AI agent to go and do different things, but it's going to require a lot more functionality. So I'm going to create a branch and hopefully have the AI create all the tools for me. So we're going to try to do that. So let's do this. Can you create another issue, which is description of adding Trello card, dashboard, and list functionality? Actually, I think, let's see, Trello card, it's board. Did I say board? Let's see. Dashboard. All right, we'll see if it's going to get this. Okay, so it created the issue here. And we're going to open that, make sure that it did that. I'm going to make this bigger just for now so that we can see this. We don't really need the VS Code right now. All right, let's see. Interacts with Trello, key tasks, lists, integrate with Trello API, and all right, so I'm going to have it update this to update the key tasks. So the key tasks here are going to be, we need to be able to update the card, add a board, add an update board, and then add an update list. And I think that's probably it for now. That's probably pretty good for now. And actually, we know what we need. We need a kind of get all function. So let's just try to see if they could do with that. All right, let's make this a little bigger here. Okay. All right. Can you update that issue to include the following information? We need a get all cards given a list. We need a get list given a board. And then we also need a get board tool. Okay. Now we do have a get an update issues tool, but that is a recent tool. So we're going to see if it works here. Create or update. Here we go. All right, so it said it updated it. Let's see. Oh, there it did. Okay. So add Trello card, implement a new card, dashboard. So it's not really kind of getting what I'm saying here. Get board. It's not bad. So, all right, so that's fine. we're gonna kind of move on, but this is showing you kind of basically how you could work with the AI to like just do what you want, do your bidding instead of adding it. It just does it for you. So, and I think one of the standard kind of approaches to this is you give it a template and it can do that. So I do need to create like an issue template so that it can just like grab it and then implement the template for me. So that is one kind of strategy. All right, so can you create a branch in the server repo for the Trello work? Name it accordingly. Okay. So now I'm going to create a branch. Here he goes, creating a branch. And there we go, Trello integration. Perfect. Let's just check and make sure that you know what, it's probably going to give me a link. No. And I'm just going to show you this.
The branch feature Trello integration has been successfully created in the Fabrk server repository. If you need any further assistance, feel free to ask.
All right, so here's Trello integration. Perfect. All right, so it created that, and now I did add, right now I have a tool that allows us to get like all the files in a GitHub repo. I don't know if I even added it here. I don't think I did. But it's hard because it has to recursively, there's no real way to get like all the files and folders in a repository. And that is something, even with a small repo, it's a lot. And so some people have code bases that have millions of lines of code. And so that's not really going to work. I have to really think about this. When you're dealing with small amounts of data, it works well with AI. But when you have huge amounts of data, you really have to think about parsing and only returning the information you want, because the tokens can get really out of hand. I'll show you this. There was a recent one where it basically pulled in all the files in a repo, and it really kind of got out of hand pretty quickly. So I can't find it right here, but if I find it, I'll post it in the show link. But it's basically a huge list. For context, this right here, actually, let's go to the issues. So this was a pretty big one, but was manageable here. And so, but even still, you could see it kind of really gets out of hand pretty quickly. So anyway, so we have the branch, and now we wanted to add some code. So what I was going to say was I added some helpers here because it really requires the exact location to get a file. So it can get a file and read the code content, and that's what's going to happen here. It's going to get my Trello repository code and then the actual function that the AI create Trello card, and we're going to use those as templates to do the other stuff. So so here we go. So I'm going to say, all right, get the Trello repository code in the server directory and use that as a template and update that file so that instead of creating a card, it actually can create and update a card and pass in the description and name, but also an ID. So if it passes in the ID, it should update the card. If it doesn't have an ID, it should create the card. All right, so what's going on here? We're going to see if it gets it. This is kind of complex, so we'll see if it gets it. But here's the code here. And the basic idea, with CRUD operations is, okay, it looks like it's doing it. Let's see if it's going to work. With CRUD operations are, you have create, update, read, and delete. I'm trying to do create and update in the same function because otherwise you're going to have so many tools that the AI needs to leverage that it's going to get out of hand. So I usually try to group create and update in the same, and sometimes you can even group delete in there. So really then you really go boils down to just two functions, which is like kind of like update, create, delete, and then read. So let's see here. I encountered an issue. Let's see what we got here. Sometimes it doesn't get the exact URL structure, and so we're going to see what's going on here. So it got the code, and then it had an issue writing the code. So it wrote the code correctly. Is that the right file name? Maybe I messed up. See, most of the time when yeah, it is. So let's see, Trello integration error 404. Yeah, basically, I don't think it can find the kind of debug this and figure out what's happening, debug it more deeply. Let's see. Well, here we go. It's writing the code out for me. So now it's saying like, I tried to do it, but it didn't work. So I retried with the existing Trello code, and here's the code. Let's just look at it real quick and see if it did it well. Upsert, I think that's an insert or update, right? So that's good. And then here we go. So now it's saying, if the ID, there's some logic here for that, and then we got to put or post. So this is looking like it wrote the right code. It just needs to get it in there. So let's look and see if it actually did try, or if it's rough. Okay. Well, I'm going to stop here, but that's and debug this error that we're seeing. But we'll try to pick this back up in a sec.